Hello and welcome to the Coalition on Homelessness. I'm going to start off with a quick tour of our office. It's pretty slow today, but normally there's all kinds of people around. So this is kind of our lobby. That's Bob over there. He's editor of the Street Sheet. In there we have a couple of different organizations working that kind of collaborate with the Coalition. Then over here is the area where we do citation defense, and that's Bob's desk where the Street Sheet's published.
You're not the boss around here.
So here is where vendors can pick up the Street Sheets, and then over here is the office that I primarily work in, and this is Anne. She is our art auction coordinator, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does and how she sees the Coalition and the whole social justice emphasis here.
So I'm the art auction coordinator. I'm a printmaker too, which has a lot of, being a printmaker, the history of it is all about social justice. It goes way back to like when Martin Luther and Albert were reprinting the Bible in all the languages so that everybody could read it, and the Coalition, I feel like is a perfect fit for me because, you know, a lot of printmakers just focus on like the fact that they can make this fine art piece, but really gives me an opportunity to like think about the history of what I do, and to use your voice, and a lot of times you can forget that, and being able to work with them has really like brought back my voice, and it's been it's a fun experience. It feels really renegade kind of. But I think it will be a good show. Lena's helped a lot with it too, and it's been fun working with her too, and it's a good learning experience for me as well to be in, you know, with an organization that's actually making changes, and you know. And you know, my job is to help support them by making money selling art. So.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Our next interview, this is JT. He is the development coordinator here at the Coalition, and he's going to tell us how he sees it.
Sure. So the Coalition on Homelessness is essentially the only organization in San Francisco specifically dedicated to political action and advocacy with our homeless constituents. So our primary goal here is to organize homeless folks into affecting change to end homelessness in San Francisco. A lot of times policies are made that often affect homeless folks without any of their input, and really they would of course be the experts in terms of what works and what won't work. So it's about doing lots of outreach here to get those folks involved, to make changes to the local laws here in San Francisco to eventually end homelessness here in the city. So I came here to the Coalition in how unique this place is. There's really no other place like it in the country, in that every part of our organization, it's all about involving our constituents, whether it's staff, or who controls our campaigns, etc. It's really our homeless constituents. So how we work is we basically do a bunch of outreach to homeless folks, whether that be folks who are staying in the street, folks in the shelters, or folks living in SRO hotel rooms, to get their input. And we have weekly work group meetings, which involves staff, formerly homeless folks, currently homeless folks, community partners, folks who work at other nonprofits, etc., to work on different campaigns we're working on. And those campaigns currently are improved shelter access, and that currently San Francisco does not have the capacity it has to provide a roof over the head of every San Francisco who seeks it, which hence forces folks to stay on the streets. And at the same time, we also work on protecting those civil rights of folks who do have to stay on the streets. We also work heavily with families and immigrants, and we're currently working on a rental subsidy program for them, so that they aren't forced to live in have entire families living in a small, tiny room instead of. We also published a street sheet, which is a publication that is now sent out every 2 weeks, and we have over 200 vendors who are kind of like our ambassadors and teach folks about homelessness, etc., and provide that paper. So that's all I got for you, I guess.
Great, thank you.
Sure thing.